EastEnders has unveiled a shocking twist with Max Branning making a dramatic return, crossing paths with Zoe Slater in a completely unforeseen manner. Last night's gripping episode concluded with Jack and Ravi fighting over the missing firearm, leading to a stray shot fired towards Kat and Zoe. The identity of the person struck remained a mystery, but within the first moments of tonight's broadcast, not previewed on BBC iPlayer, it was confirmed that Zoe had been hit. As Jack and Ravi rushed indoors to avoid being seen, Kat rushed to her wounded daughter and secretly took Zoe to Walford East for safety. Word of the shooting spread quickly to the Vic, and while guests at the Truemans' wedding descended into chaos, Alfie fearlessly stepped outside in search of his wife. As Kat called for an ambulance, Zoe confessed that she still had a living enemy. Soon after, Alfie tracked them down and guided them back to the pub for protection. Anthony, who had once been engaged to Zoe, stepped forward to try and save her, but Zoe's condition worsened and she lost consciousness, leaving her loved ones horrified. With Zoe's fate uncertain, the episode shifted into flashback scenes, revealing that she had given birth to twins in a hospital in 2006. Sadly, her baby daughter did not survive. In the present timeline, Kat was heartbroken to discover this truth after noticing a tattoo on Zoe's body dedicated to the child. Following the traumatic delivery, Zoe was left distraught and demanded that her surviving son be placed for adoption before she ran away from the hospital, abandoning the baby. In the present timeline, Kat rode alongside Zoe in the ambulance. During a powerful scene showcasing the talents of Jesse Wallace and Michelle Ryan, Kat expressed regret for failing her daughter, and the two finally shared a heartfelt moment of reconciliation, though Zoe's health continued to decline. Once at the hospital, Zoe was rushed into emergency surgery, leaving Kat with nothing to do but anxiously wait in the corridor for updates. Soon after, Zoe's phone began to ring. Kat answered, worried that the caller might be the same person who had been threatening Zoe and could even be responsible for the shooting. The line went silent before being abruptly cut off. However, viewers soon learned that the mystery caller was in fact Max. Why has Max reached out to Zoe, and what secret ties them together? The answers are set to unfold in tomorrow's episode. EastEnders fans say not again over past link in Zoe Slater shot twist. Just days after making her comeback, the character found herself battling for survival. EastEnders viewers groaned, not again, after Zoe Slater became the latest victim of a shocking gun twist on the BBC soap. Going into Wednesday's installments, audiences were split over who had been shot the night before. Heightening the suspense, producers chose not to drop the episodes early on BBC iPlayer, where they're usually available from 6 a.m. This week's storylines have revolved around Zoe, who has made a dramatic impression following Michelle Ryan's full-time return on Friday, August 26. After being tracked down by her brother Tommy Moon, Zoe returned to Walford and came face-to-face with her mother Kat Slater for the first time in 20 years. Although Kat was overjoyed to see her long-lost daughter, whom she had once pretended was her sister, Zoe revealed a dark truth, that she was never truly born in Kat's eyes, as her biological father was Kat's uncle Harry. Hinting once more that she was hiding a major secret, Zoe's emotional heart-to-heart with Kat was suddenly cut short by the sound of a gunshot, leaving fans speculating over who had been hit. The firearm had ended up in the hands of either police officer Jack Branning or Ravi Gulati, who were wrestling over it after Oscar Branning had stumbled across the weapon earlier in the week. In the end, the shocking truth emerged. Zoe was the one who had been shot. The revelation sent shockwaves through Walford, as Kat's horrified screams filled the square when she realized the full severity of what had just unfolded before her eyes. With her daughter bleeding and slipping away, Kat's desperation grew, and she frantically cried out for someone, anyone to help. At the same time, Jack and Ravi were locked in their own internal turmoil. Both men had been directly involved in the struggle for the gun, and now they were faced with the devastating consequences of their actions. Should they immediately admit responsibility and help save Zoe's life? Or should they cover their tracks in a bid to protect themselves from the fallout? Their hesitation only made the situation more dangerous, as every second counted. In the end, rather than drawing attention, the pair chose to retreat quickly, rushing back to Jack's house in a frantic attempt to distance themselves from the crime scene. As the episode unfolded, fans at home wasted no time voicing their reactions. Social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, lit up with commentary, with many viewers expressing shock, anger, and heartbreak at the twist. Some compared the moment to past EastEnders gun storylines, drawing parallels to earlier tragedies that had rocked Albert Square, while others debated who was truly to blame for Zoe's ordeal. For longtime fans, the scene felt like history repeating itself, only this time with even higher stakes. EastEnders unveils big show change tonight for emotional wedding scenes. EastEnders has unveiled a significant set transformation just in time for a joyous occasion, as Yolande and Patrick Trueman officially become husband and wife. Their long-awaited wedding comes after weeks of turmoil, marking both a personal and symbolic fresh start for the beloved couple. The pair's journey to the altar has been anything but smooth. In recent episodes, viewers saw their happiness shattered when their home was broken into, leaving Patrick physically hurt and emotionally scarred. The normally resilient character has been battling waves of anxiety and panic attacks, showing a vulnerable side rarely seen before on screen. When Patrick discovered that the person behind the robbery was none other than his new friend, Max Branning, he was left devastated. The betrayal cut deep, leading him to call off the wedding while he came to terms with the truth. Fans watched as Patrick wrestled with his emotions, unsure whether he could put his faith in people again. Tonight, however, brought a turning point. Yolande, determined not to let tragedy define their future, gently encouraged Patrick to go ahead with their special day. Her heartfelt words proved persuasive, and the couple finally walked down the aisle in front of family and friends. The ceremony itself was emotional, filled with laughter, tears, and moments that reminded viewers why Patrick and Yolande remain one of the square's most cherished couples. The celebration continued at the Vic, where Denise Fox took the opportunity to give credit to Oscar for his surprising role in helping plan the festivities. Despite his earlier actions, the young man had clearly played a key part in making the day memorable. In a moving twist, Patrick decided it was time to let go of his anger. Showing forgiveness, he told Oscar, "Well then, it's time we put this nightmare behind us, all right?" His words reflected not only his acceptance of Oscar's apology, but also his desire to move forward with Yolande without lingering shadows. Eagle-eyed viewers may have also noticed a striking change in the backdrop of the wedding. The episode showcased a newly expanded section of the EastEnders set, marking one of the biggest visual updates in recent years. In particular, a bold turquoise food and drinks hub, proudly displaying the name Container Junction, stood out behind the newlyweds. The area also boasts stylish balcony seating and a scenic garden space, offering a fresh new corner of Albert Square for future storylines to unfold. The set expansion has been in the works for some time, with plans first revealed in 2023. The ambitious project includes not only Container Junction, but also the development of a warehouse, new shops, and additional housing, all designed to give the soap even more scope for upcoming plots. Fans are now left wondering, which new location will appear on screen next? EastEnders airs every Monday through Thursday at 7:30 p.m. on BBC One, while episodes are also made available to stream early on BBC iPlayer from 6 a.m., ensuring fans never miss a moment of the drama.